Digestive problems are increasing. Avogel's Molkosan is a Swiss daily digestive tonic that's high in L+ lactic acid to support healthy gut bacteria.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, in recent years, science has made incredible progress in understanding the intricate workings of the digestive system and, of course, the role of the gut microbiome. In a world where digestive problems are increasing, this research is unlocking how our modern lifestyles are falling short in keeping our digestive systems healthy. Now, some of the problems seem to be in too little lactic acid in our diets. Let's take a closer look into this and see what role the gut microbiome and lactic acid play in our day-to-day health.
In the field of natural remedies, the Swiss, in particular the Avogel company, have long been the pace setters. We spent some time with Dr. Andy Suter in the picturesque farming town of Appenzell discussing digestive health.
Andy, this is breathtaking. You have these beautiful rolling hills and then you have these cows with their bells. I mean, is this a traditional Swiss thing?
Yes, this is so Swiss, you know, having the cows wearing the bells, and even the cows themselves, they can differentiate themselves from the sound of their own bell, yes.
Andy, please explain to me a little bit more about your role at Avogel.
So I'm responsible for all the medical research we are doing, so the clinical studies, and also all the cooperation with universities where we're looking a little bit deeper in our products. And then to the other hand, I'm also responsible for the whole product development at Avogel.
The real reason I'm here to find out more about the product Molkosan, and I've used it in many recipes and smoothies, but I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what it's all about. So what is Molkosan essentially?
So Molkosan is a very interesting and very unique product. So what we use here is whey, which comes out from the milk from this cows here. It's really organic milk, and out of this whey is then fermented. And you get something like a fluid, and in there you have a lot of lactic acid, and that is the Molkosan. It is fermented whey.
So you speak about the lactic acid, and is this the same lactic acid that, let's say, gym goers are familiar with that causes the stiff muscles after a workout?
It is the same substance, but if you take it as a drink for your gut microbiome, for your gut bacteria, this has really very beneficial effects.
You mentioned fermentation because there's been a lot of talk about fermentation recently and the health benefits thereof.
I mean, that was the idea behind it, because it was one of the very first products Avogel made, even I think it was more than 90 years ago now. And he not only took the whey, which was very well known in this region as a treatment, he really fermented it, and then out of it came this lactic acid rich product, and this is really the uniqueness of the whole thing.
So why exactly is lactic acid then so important for your gut?
I mean, basically, you know, if you power into your system the lactic acid, there are some bacteria which really can convert then into butyrate. And the butyrate itself, it is known today as really the one pivotal substance which you need to have within your colon for your gut health, so as to say. It is anti-inflammatory. It has been shown to a certain extent to be like cancer protective. So it's a very, very important substance. And these days, everybody's looking, how can you increase the concentration of butyrate in your colon? And by taking lactic acid with a drink or with the Molkosan or so, you can do this, of course.
By increasing butyrate levels, Molkosan helps maintain gut health. It also relieves common digestive symptoms like bloating, cramping, and constipation. And if you or your family have had antibiotics recently, Molkosan's a must to restore healthy gut bacteria.
The human gut biome has been put under the spotlight quite a lot recently, and I think we are still trying to completely understand how it works. But what are some of the most recent findings?
I mean, one of the really main things which are seen these days is the overuse of antibiotics, particularly in children. So therefore, by taking an antibiotic, you're not only getting rid of the bad bacteria, you're also affecting a lot of good bacteria, and if they are gone, they're not coming back again.
That is a rather scary thought because, you know, I've got two young kids, and I don't think twice about giving them antibiotics when they get sick because they take it and they feel better instantly. But there's a long-term effect, you say.
Yes, I mean, this is now one of the biggest findings of research on human microbiome, that using antibiotics, particularly in children, at a too high rate or too high prescription rate, this really affects afterwards the health of children. It has been shown in studies that obesity, asthmatic disease, allergies are really related to an overuse of antibiotics in young children. And for example, the average American until the age of 20 goes through 20 courses of antibiotics.
So antibiotics, definitely one factor, but what about your diet? We in South Africa as individuals, we really do try and take care of ourselves, but the majority, we just are not getting that nutrients in.
Yes, definitely. I mean, your diet is maybe the main source of it, particularly these days when we have lack of fibers, where we have processed food, where we have a lot of preservatives in it. Everything this in the end affects your gut bacteria. You see this very directly, yes.
So naturally, it would be beneficial to take a supplement like Molkosan to boost you. But who should really take it? Would it be those individuals with a compromised gut biome or immune system, or can it benefit those that are already healthy as well?
Our gut microbiomes are really at danger all the time these days now, because you have the antibiotics, you have a lot of other substances that you take which are really influencing in a bad way your microbiome. And therefore, taking something good as a prebiotic, which is something which helps the bacteria, that is Molkosan that you can take on a daily basis. But of course, if you have already problems with your gut microbiome, there it helps definitely best.
And from what age would you recommend people start using Molkosan? Because I've got my 2 young boys and I really want to make sure that they grow up with a healthy gut biome.
Usually we say from age of 6 years on you can take it, and beyond that you should really look maybe with the advice from physician or so. But generally there's no limitation of use and no limitation for age. But in general said, you know, this is really one of the oldest product that we have. That was one of the first one really of it formulated. And it is such a good product because it is for your general well-being, you know. It influences your gut microbiome in a very positive manner. And this is the nucleus for your whole well-being at all.
So, a healthy gut microbiome is the nucleus of our health. With its very high lactic acid content, Molkosan's been proven to increase butyrate production, which translates to a healthier digestion. Molkosan is suitable for vegetarians and lactose-free. Drink to your health the Swiss way.